Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Office 365 training. Um, I know that the last video was almost a year ago. Got tied up with few projects and then I've enrolled for a course, so got busy with that. I know that should not be the case when you release videos. But anyways, I have more interesting topics covered from now on. Last video we discussed about how to sync your Active Directory users to Office 365 using AD Connect. Now on this session what we'll look at is how to sync your computers to Office 365. Now I've been testing this for a few days and then I got stuck with few things. I will explain this thing while doing the session. So as we checked last time, we have AD Connect. So I have my DC01 server where I have my AD Connect installed, and we have seen the users synced from the local AD to Office 365. Now let's look at how to add computers. So I'll open my AD Connect and click on configure. You will see something called configure device option, which means it's for using the Hybrid Azure AD join and synchronization. So Hybrid Azure AD join means the key concept is basically your device needs to be logged in or joined to a local Active Directory, and then it can be joined to Office 365 to make it Hybrid Azure AD joined. So we'll click on configure device options and click next, which gives you a small info about what Hybrid Azure AD join is and what device write back is. And then we click next, give the global administrator username and password. So it connects to Microsoft Online Services and verify credentials, and then it will ask you to add your local Active Directory. Once this is done, you will see an option for config Hybrid Azure AD joined. Click next, and then you just select, it's already selected, Windows 10 or later domain joined devices. So click next. This is the forest that you want to add. If you want, if you don't have enterprise admin credentials, you can download this PowerShell script and then run it offline. But for here, I just need to have, I have the enterprise administrator. Best practices not to use an administrator account, but this is my test lab, so I'm using it. So you have entered the enterprise admin and then click next. So at this time it checks for all the installed components and making sure everything is okay, and then this will enable, it enables the device registration for this domain. I click configured and it says the task to configure Hybrid Azure AD join completed successfully, and you need to do a few additional steps to make your devices Hybrid Azure AD join. So you click exit. So on the AD Connect part is done. Now you want to enroll all your Windows clients automatically. So I have an OU and then I have two computers here. I want this to be enrolled automatically, and you should see here the devices should be visible here. With one group policy that you need to do. The device is showing up now because I've previously tried to enroll these devices. So one final thing to do is, as you can see, there's a group policy that you need to enable, which is Hybrid Azure AD join, and then under that you go policies, administrative templates, and then Windows components, and then device registration. All you need to do is enable this. Once it's enabled, just restart your computers and then you should see the devices enrolled. Here my devices is showing pending. The moment I restart the device, it will be online. So let me go to the client devices. I'll restart both client 1 and client 2. Well, actually I don't need to log in, I can just restart here. So once this is restarted, both devices restarted, it will look at the GPU and then enroll both devices. So my client 1, I need to restart again. And from here, once the device is registered, you can do a plethora of options, like you can write conditional access policies, which we will soon talk about. For example, you can restrict your SharePoint online, your Exchange online emails on corporate owned devices and not on public devices. So factors like conditions like keeping it or allow these services only on Hybrid Azure AD joint devices. This way you can protect your devices, protect unauthorized access, and a lot more that you can do once you log in, once you join the devices to Azure AD. One last thing to check whether your device is joined properly is to look at the settings, access worker school account, and then under that you should see your domain joined with an info button. I'll give you a few tips here, the things that should be done as a general troubleshooting whenever you have an issue with AD Connect or AD Sync or anything of that kind. I'm just waiting for the machines to load. So while this is happening, I'll just show you a few more things. Let it restart. Few things on your AD Connect to check. Let's say you have a sync problem and you want to troubleshoot what happened and how is it done. AD Connect is a very nice tool with a lot of options. You have something called Troubleshoot here. You click on Troubleshoot, click Next, launch. It launches a PowerShell script where you can actually troubleshoot pretty much all the sync issues, and then you will find a pointer on what exactly to check. So for example, you click on one and then say troubleshoot object synchronization. It will ask you to look for diagnose object synchronization issues. I selected one, and then let's see, I will find for my user. So let's test this. So all you have to do is you have to go to click on view on AD advanced features so that you can find the attributes. On the attribute editor you will find the distinguished name, which is what you need to check the device. So let's say please enter the AD object distinguished name, and I set it. I'm selecting this. It will ask you to enter the global global administrator. And then it does a lot of checks to see if there's an issue with the user or if there's an issue with the syncing. So here you can see, as you can see, it does a lot of tests, and then you will be able to see if there's a problem, and then you get more information from here. So that's how you troubleshoot, the first step of troubleshooting if you have any issues. Apart from that, the tool also gives you a few pointers like how to change Exchange Online primary email address, how to hide mailbox from Exchange Online global address list, etc. So this is a good troubleshooting step to start with if you have any issues. Now going back to the client, now both clients are on. Let's log into one of the clients. So I'm logging with the same user because, as I said, I have used only one license to make, to keep the cost in control. Let's try with this one logging in, and then I'm assuming that this device should pick up the GPO now, and should show the devices has registered and compliant. It's still pending registration. Good thing is the devices now shows us Hybrid Azure AD joined. Okay, so this device is online. Let's log into this one as well. Now let's go to settings. Oops, the password is wrong. We'll refresh this page one more time and to see. Okay, it still shows pending registration. Let's log in here, much easier. I have a direct remote desktop connection. So that's one option. As I said, you need to troubleshoot something you don't have. So initially I was telling you, while testing this thing, I had ended up with a lot of problems. The problem was very simple. I mean, the issue was very silly. On the group policy, there is another setting which on some documents refers to, which is so if you open the group policy, there was another setting called NDM, where there is enable automatic MDM enrollment using default Azure AD credentials. So I set this MDM setting as enabled instead of the device registration. Now I believe this is not for the Hybrid Azure AD joint, and then because of this I was not able to see my devices on Azure AD. So a lot of troubleshooting, the AD Connect troubleshooting tool actually helped me a lot. I posted this issue on LinkedIn, and then one of our LinkedIn member helped me. A big shout out to Abhishek Yadav, who helped me to find the solution, or at least he pointed me to the right direction. And then so I disabled this, came back to the device registration, enabled this, and then everything started working fine. So for Hybrid Azure AD joint, you need to use the device registration in the GPU and then enable the registered domain joint computers as devices. That's all you need to do. Once done, you get your devices enrolled into Hybrid Azure AD joint. Let's look at what's happening on the client side. Let's look at the settings, accounts, and under accounts, work school account, access worker school, and here it should automatically enroll the device with an info button. There you go. This info button shows that you are now synced with Office 365 as a Hybrid Azure AD computer. Just click sync. Now this makes sure that every changes is synced rightly into the Office 365, and your device is available and ready to be used for the any set of policies that you want to configure from now on. So this is how you configure Azure AD Connect to sync your local computers to Office 365. I'll just wait for the sync to complete and see the device's compliance. There is a set of probably another video I need to do about the device compliance, which I'll soon will be doing. So the devices is still pending registration, but I think it's just a matter of time. Just need to get synced. So that's it for now. I know it's a very short video, but I'm planning to do a lot more videos covering. At some point we'll be covering Windows Defender ATP. I'll be rolling out Windows Defender ATP and test the effectiveness of the tool, the reporting. We will at some point look at Azure Sentinel, and also look at options like BitLocker encryption. So subscribe to the channel if you have not done yet, and then wait for my new videos. But thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed. Please share your comments if you want to see anything specific in Azure or Office 365 in terms of Intune or devices, registration, compliance, or anything else. Thank you.